Yes. Yeah, naitwa Wonderful Eric Okoth, Principal Kianungu. Nilikuja hapa 2019 in January, and we've been going on well, and we have had some improvement in terms of our examination of KCSE examination results, moving from a mean of 2.6 towards a mean in 2018 towards a mean of 3.3 in 2019, and going up to 3.48 in 2020. This mean of 3.48 could have been much better. He did not been for the indiscipline of the students. The 2020 class in January, February, and up to March 2020 was well disciplined. It was a good class. But when they left and went home during the COVID-19 phenomenon, and therefore stayed at home up to September last year, their level of discipline went down considerably. And when the students came back, the girls mostly were affected. A number of them had become pregnant or had become expectant. Some of them had already given birth. Some of them had gotten married. Some of them had in fact just paired up. Not yet married, not pregnant, but had just paired up. And so they just got confused. They just got mixed up at the end of the day. That definitely affected their performance. A number of boys also, when they went home, a number of them also married. Some decided to marry. Some decided to pair up. Some decided just to get into taking some hard stuff, alcohol, and some drugs of some kind. And so when they came back, it was like they could not settle to now seriously pursue their education. On cases with the bad boy-girl relationship, we really tried to curb that situation. Little did we notice that parents were involved. Yeah. In fact, there were a number of around 4 or 5 cases where parents were already aware of what was going on, where parents, in fact, some of them had married off their children. A girl here is getting married to a boy here. And so for them they know, and for us we don't know. So when we observe some kind of strange behavior, it's like we call it the boy or we call it the girl, and then we call it the parent, and when the parent comes, it is like, oh, it is only this. Niyo too. I think that one mwalimu just sort it out. So it is like it becomes now your case, your issue, but not the parent's issue. So when we went pursuing now those cases that were really coming up very badly, and we noticed that parents were involved, our hands also were tied. And on going further, we realized that the boys and the girls were appearing like they were superior to their parents. They were appearing like they could not listen to their parents. They were appearing like they were controlling their parents. They were appearing like they were the finals. Whatever they could say is final. Whatever the child decided could be final. Then we realized it was trouble. It was now trouble when it came to indiscipline. So the boys and the girls, therefore, were not able to settle down. Number one, because of the bad boy-girl relationship. Number two, because of just the general rudeness now. Number three, because of the alcohol. There's a time around 6 boys and around 5 boys also took some alcohol, and they went fighting in the dormitory. And when we got a hold of them, and we sent them home. The parents did not even know about the case. When we told them to come back with their parents, they refused to come with their parents. When we now sent them back, we told them to go and bring the parents. They went to the county director of education, and so when we told the county director of education the whole story, is like they were chased from there. And so indiscipline just picked up. And therefore, Indiscipline had a big toll on our academic performance. It had a big toll on our academic performance. Mzazi yeyote ambaye mtoto wake anamcontrol, ajue huyo mtoto kwa shule will not perform. Number one. Number two, wazazi now have to go into a system of negotiating with their children. It's like they have to negotiate with their children. Kwa hivyo, wale wazazi ambao wanaonekana wazazi wao watoto wao wamewashinda, should just negotiate with them. At times we thought calling in some counselors would do, but calling in some counselors at the parent level becomes very tricky. At school level it can work, but at the parent level it becomes very, very, very tricky. I think I can just request the parents also, those who may manage to pray. Prayer works, and prayer changes things. Scientific, I may not have some scientific evidence to support anyway, and of course it is a prayer, then the scientific evidence cannot support it, because it cannot support. But prayer works. If these young fellows can be encouraged to go to church, the pastors in those churches, because usually usually people respect pastors. The pastors in those churches can assist the parents to somehow instill discipline in the children. Somehow. Yes.